Right. Good morning, everyone. How are you doing? Right. So let's tackle first what would be your expectations. If I remember in your grade 9, during the first week of the class, we are discussing on what are your expectations towards the subject, correct, Margie? And what are your expectations towards me as your teacher? Although almost all of you knows me already, but I want to know what would you like to do in our class? What are your expectations so that I can gauge if we can do it in the class, right? So anybody, what are your expectations towards the class, the subject, Science 10, and your expectations towards me as your science teacher? By the way, I'm teacher MJ. Okay, Mark J. Reyes. I graduated Bachelor of Secondary Education, major in Biological Sciences, and Masters in Science Teaching, MST. Okay, let's start with Holly.
Good morning, Sir MJ and classmates. For my expectations this school year for our science class, I expect to be able to cope since I am new here. And for the teacher, I hope you won't be too strict on us. Yeah.
Right? Yes, correct. I will not be that strict in this school year if there is no need for me to be strict. Okay. Remember the third law of motion by Newton, the law of interaction. In every action, there's always equal or opposite reaction. Meaning to say, if there are things that they don't actually needed for me to be strict, then I will not be strict. But I am doing this for you, right, Margie and MD?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I'm doing this for the sake of learning, for the sake that I can guide you all throughout. Okay. Even in my previous grade 10 students, they have actually brilliant outputs. Have you seen their outputs, MD, Margie?
No, sir.
Okay, you try to check on the grade 10 before. They have outputs like they actually do blogging, and they blog the lesson that we had. But those are brilliant outputs. Came across the different countries actually. Yes, correct. So Margie is talking about she actually saw the blogs of grade 10. So those are brilliant outputs. I guided them all throughout, and I let them do their blogs. So that you can also manage yourself. You can also think about that I can do it by myself, right? Any other expectation about MD?
I would expect you to be the same as last year, very considerate, very strict, but very understanding.
Right. Thank you for that, MD. Okay. Last year was really tough, but we have failures. We have also um, problems with our lessons, and we came up with an answer, right? Those are part of learning process. Okay. According to Einstein, you will not go on or you will not go further if you will not try. Trying is it is a stepping stone for the learning to come. Okay? Without starting, we will not go further. Aside from that, failures also is part of the learning process. If you will not fail, therefore, you will not learn. Remember, we learn throughout our experience. These are your academic experiences. Okay? I am preparing you, by the way, grade 10, I am preparing you for the senior high, simply because the real battle is in senior high and college. Senior high has a lot of subjects, and we are actually um, giving you all the lessons you need for college and senior high, right? That is why if you're going to gauge the grade 10 before last year, they're really prepared when time comes that they need the lesson. By the way, your lessons will be actually the continuation, or the continuation will be in grade 11 and 12. So these are just bits of information. And you'll be using this one in your senior high, even college. Okay. Just to give you an idea, your science 10 is composed of physics, chemistry, general biology 1, and general biology 2. That is why compressed in one. So this is now the preparation for you for those subjects, because you'll be taking up different biological subjects or different science subjects in senior high. Okay. By the way, this is a lifetime commitment. If you have problems also with sciences, even though you are in college or senior high, you can always contact me anytime. Okay. I always tell my students to communicate to me if there is a problem, or if you have problems with the lesson. Like, sure, it's the subject or the topic, this and that is really hard. How can we simplify this one? I can always assist you with your concern. No worries. I understand that we are still in the pandemic. That is why I'm really considerate. Diba? MD and Margie? Because MD and Margie are my students, online students in
Yes,
last
sir.
school year, in online. Okay, there are a lot of offline students. Demetri, are you still with us?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Do you have camera?
I'll try to find it.
All right, all right. It's okay, it's okay. Again, I am really considerate talking about modules, talking about the online class. Even MD and Margie knows about it. I even talked to the principal with regards to your status, right, MD and Margie?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So if you have problems, you can always communicate to me and let me assist you with your concerns, especially with the lesson. Okay. As an introductory, our lessons in grade 10, in science 10, is quite complicated. Let's make it more simple as possible, right? By the way, talking about science concepts, talking about the lessons in grade 10, these are all concepts, meaning to say, if it is a concept, you will learn the concept and you can apply the concept. That is supposed to be. Like, right? Like when you have the lessons, we should apply what is in the lesson supposed to be. But we are still in the pandemic. That's why we cannot perform experiments. That is the reason why I require you also to do your performance task. How can we do the performance task? Sure, we don't have laboratory yet. Okay. As a replacement for the laboratory, I require you to do your report sheets. Okay. I think MD and Margie already knows about this. They actually masters it simply because their answers are brilliant. They have brilliant answers. Talking about your performance task, which is the report sheets, it is composed of introduction. Let me share my screen. I will give you an idea. Right, the new. Okay. This is really important in order for you also to answer it correctly. By the way, MD, is the report sheet is there a need for us to do the report sheet?
Yes, sir.
Because this contains all the information. Let me have this one. Okay, let me share my screen again. Can you see my shared screen? Everyone? Okay. This is the report sheet, right? This is the format. The topic here is climate, okay? By the way, you have to write your name. Actually, you can drop the file. You need to do it in a Microsoft Word or Word document, okay? Your name, the date, the grade and section, the semester and quarter, activity number, and of course, the topic, climate, for example, okay? Introduction. What is in the introduction? This will give us an idea of what climate is all about. What is climate? What is in the climate? Okay. Content. Content will give us an idea about the climate itself. Content all about like for example, climatic conditions in different area. Why do we have these climatic conditions? Okay. What tropic is this belong? Okay. What are the tropics? So those are included in the content. Problems, number 3, these are the problems that may arise out of the topic. Like for example, for climate, we have climate change. What are the effects of climate change? Okay, correct? What do you think are other problems with climate? Like for example, pollution. It can cause climate change, correct? And if there is climate change, like if there are some burning of gases, okay, it will create what? A greenhouse gas. And this greenhouse gas will warm the earth. And when there is a warming of earth, there is global warming. When there is global warming, tendency is there are a lot of species of animals that may be affected. Like for example, the rising of sea level. Okay, it changes the salinity of the water. So those are in the problems. Okay. How about conclusion and recommendation? In the conclusion and recommendation, what can you suggest? What can you recommend to solve that particular problem? Okay. It is just a mere research paper, but it is more simplified. Okay. This is in preparation for you for senior high. They are doing this one in senior high. By the way, I'm teaching before senior high. That is why I know the struggle, and I know also the discipline in senior high. Your teacher will just let you do the activity. Will just let you do reporting, and you will just internalize. You will do everything. Okay, that's in senior high. So at least you will have an idea of what will be gonna happen in senior high, and what are the things that you need to prepare in senior high. This is the reason why. Okay. MD and Margie already knows about this. They actually masters this one simply because all the activities or all the lessons, the module that we had, okay, we always have a report sheet for me to evaluate. Okay, sure. Question, can we do also research about the topic and paste it there? Yes, you may, but please, you need to change it or you need to make that one as yours. How? Okay, you actually maximize the concept behind the one that you search in Google. Okay, do not directly copy and paste it. Why? That is not your idea. I want your idea. And again, Margie and MD already knows about this one. Okay, they need to search. Okay, search over the net and extract the concept over the net. Okay, well, in that way, you can actually create your own idea rather than copying and pasting ideas from the internet. Okay, there is a problem before. Okay, about copying and pasting over the net. So some of the students are doing copy paste or copy pasting. So tendency is I might do another actions for that. Why? Because you will not learn out of it. Copy pasting, you will not learn out of copy pasting, but rather you will learn out of the concept if in case you will internalize. That is internalization. Okay. Do you have any questions so far? Let me stop my shared screen. Okay. My expectations towards you. Okay. I expected you to do your activity, your LMS, because that is the only base or our basis for your grade, your LMS and your report sheets. Diba, MD?
Yes, sir.
Although I may give you a lot of chances, but please do not waste the chance. It happened in the previous years that they are just happy-go-lucky. Not other students are happy-go-lucky. So the problem there arises at the end of the school year. And I need again to do extra effort for them. But if you do such, tendency is you are wasting the money of your parents. By the way, please put this in mind that you are paying us teachers for you to learn. Okay? If you will not learn out of our discussions, therefore, you're just wasting the money. Okay? I want you to put it in mind and in your heart that this is not just a mere lesson. This is what you will be bringing all throughout in your academic journey. You will have your senior high and your college. That is the reason why also I want you to communicate to me every now and then if you have problems with that, especially with science. Okay? I can always give you an idea. I can always give you an assistance with regards to the concept, the scientific concepts. Even now, if can I share it with you? I will share it with you. Even until now, my other students in previous schools, they're always communicate to me with regards to their lesson. Okay, they are now in college, taking up medicine and taking up medtech. Okay, but they're always asking me about their lessons. If I can share, if I have thoughts with the lesson, yes, I can always share it to them, especially with the books. I have actually PDFs. That is why PDF books. So I'm sharing the PDF books that I have to them and share ideas. Okay, that is the reason why. My expectation again, another one is I want you to have a decent attire or your uniform. You know what, MD and Margie and the rest, I really like your uniform. Why? Your uniform is based on international standards. They are based in international standards. Sure, init kayong uniform. Sure, yes, because that is based on international standards. I really like the color combination, even our logo. Okay, let's tackle later about what is in the international standards and where the school is gearing up towards. Okay, What else? My expectation also is I want you to turn on your camera every now and then during our lesson. The last school year, MD and Margie, I didn't use the camera, right? But this school year, I want you to use the camera. If you have problems also with your internet connection, just let me know so that I can address your concerns if in case. Sometimes last school year, for example, Margie is calling me, Chair, I have internet problem. So I need to do actions also, right? Okay. Sometimes our internet connections are unstable. So I understand. Okay. Question so far? Okay. Let's move now to the vision mission of the school. Let's have this one. Let me share my screen for a while. Let me share my screen. Okay. So vision mission statement, or this is the vision mission of the school. Did you discuss about this in your previous class? Okay. So let's have
Yes.
this one. A quick preview of the vision mission statement. Southbrook Academy Incorporated strives to give importance to value-centered teachings and international academic learning, mainly through the interest and advancement of science and technology for the betterment of humankind. We are now geared towards international academic learning through the interest of the advancement of science and technology. We are always doing that one, even in our previous years, the advancement of science and technology. If this is face-to-face, we have a lot of activities to do. Um, we have a lot of laboratory works to do for the advancement of science and technology. Okay, I have a lot of activities prepared, supposed to be for face-to-face. But then again, we are still in the pandemic. So that is why my point here is we need to do our report sheets. In the report sheets, by the way, the management recognizes your efforts in doing your activities. Okay. With regards to report sheet, some of the report sheet that I can actually gather will be published in our website and in our page. I can even submit it in the OST in case, right? Based on your research. Okay. If there is a need for the research um, to be to do the experimentation for the betterment of humankind, why not? So we can do the experiment. We can always do what is being asked by the OST in case given a chance. Okay. There are a lot of like for example in my case, there are a lot of experiments that need to be done in the laboratory. We are in the middle of doing the laboratory. Okay. I might, no, I will talk to Sir George with this matter. I might have some of the laboratory and some of the students to perform the laboratory experiment if in case there's a need. Okay. Because in doing such, you're getting yourself involved. Okay, this is my work. And that will be published under your name. Diba? Okay. So the school is geared towards advancement of science and technology. Okay. Let's move now to the mission. Southbrook Academy Incorporated envisions an educational system that revolves around values formation, number one, and cognitive academic learning geared towards science and technology based on international educational standards. Values formation. We value you actually, your values. Okay? And cognitive academic learning. When you say cognitive academic learning, the one that you learn all throughout our discussion, all throughout our lesson. This is your tool for your academic journey. You'll be bringing this one all throughout. Okay, even the notes, even the modules. Okay, the modules, by the way, talking about science, my other students knows about this, is already packed up with important information about the lesson. Correct, MD and Margie?
Yes, sir.
If you're going to look at the modules, it is already packed up, meaning to say that it is already complete. Okay, with all the discussions, with all the unlocking of difficulties. Okay, that is why it will be easier for you to do such. The questions there are all from or geared towards what's inside the module. Okay, those modules are really important. It is already packed up. Aside from that, I might give you also a lot of analytical questions. When you say analytical questions, these are questions that require you to analyze. What is the importance of this and that? Why do you need to do so? Why do you need to do such? And all of those. The analytical questions there will let you think about what are at the back and beneath the topic. Okay? This will give you an idea. This will give you, or this will emphasize what? The lesson behind. The importance, why do we need to take the lesson? And in order for you also to apply that particular lesson in your daily lives. This is not just for paper pencil. When you say paper pencil, when you write it in the paper, when you answer your modules, it's done already. No, these are scientific concepts that you may apply in your daily lives, especially in grade 10, in science 10, because this is the preparation stage for senior high, right? Do you have any questions so far? Do you have any questions so
None,
far?
sir.
Okay. So let's have now, I'm sorry, MD and Margie, I need to tackle about the school, the virtual school. Let's have the virtual school. We are privileged to have our virtual school. Why? Because our virtual school is one of the best in terms of online class or online school. Okay, this is one of the best. Our virtual school is a web-based. Can you see my shared screen? Okay. Our virtual school is web-based. Okay. If it is in web-based, you need to go to a website. That's virtual school, that's southbrook.edu.ph. Edu means education, PH means Philippines. Okay. Enter. And this is our virtual school. Okay. You just click on the front door. And you are now in the lobby. Okay. In the lobby, you can see 2 classes: auditorium, reception, recreation room, gymnasium, library, and health clinic. So let's go now to the classes. Okay. In high school, of course. And you can see your rooms. This is the room for grade 7, grade 8, grade 9, grade 10. So let's move now to grade 10. Okay, this is the room of grade 10. As you can see, you can see here in the whiteboard, click here to view lessons. If you click the whiteboard, you can actually see all the subjects. Like for example, we'll be going to science. It will route you directly to your LMS. And this is the correct way on going to your classes. You need to go to the portal. Okay. virtual school southbrook.edu.ph. Okay. All your subject is being packed here. All you have to do is to click. Dimitri, are you still with us?
Yes, sir.
Okay. In the board, on the upper right side of you, you can actually see timetable. Okay. Your timetable will give you an idea about your subjects. Okay. Let me check. Okay. Tuesday, 9, 10, 10. This is Science 10. Okay. And of course, in every subject, you'll be ending around 5 minutes before. Okay. Like for example, our class will end at around 10:05. Why, sir? Because there is a 5-minute screen time break in between classes. Okay. You need to relax your eyes. Remember that this is radiation. We'll be tackle also radiation all throughout the discussion. We have actually topics about radiation and how dangerous radiation is. But we don't have a choice since this is online. Okay. We cannot actually deny the fact that we need to use our gadgets for online classes. Okay. And the Friday, if you're going to look at Friday, this is the independent learning. Okay. When you say independent learning, you don't have classes. Instead, you need to maximize the time for your modules. Okay. You need to answer all the modules all throughout the entire week because I'll be checking all the activities in the module or in the session during Fridays. Okay. I'll be collecting all the modules for offline learners, and also I'll be checking the modules every Friday. Okay. You can also ask questions, sir. Can we communicate to you every Friday? Yes, you can ask questions with regards to the lesson. Always and always. Okay. I will guide you all throughout. No worries. Right? And by afternoon, I think your advisor already give you an idea about the afternoon. Grade 10. By afternoon, you will have a one-on-one
Yes, sir.
scheduled session by your advisor. So you can share your problems with your advisor and do not hesitate to share. Okay. So that we can also guide you all throughout. Okay. The media center, this will give us an idea on the websites that we need in order for us to get some information about the lesson. Okay. And you can always contact your advisor if in case. You just write your name, your email, and your message. Aside from Messenger, okay? There are a lot of ways on how to communicate to us teachers. We're open with Messenger. We're open also with the online class or your LMS, because your LMS is packed also with Messenger. You can always communicate to us through the LMS. Text message, you can always. And of course,